Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a big one, maybe one of the biggest goals out there, buying your own home. We're going to break it down and give you a clear, actionable guide.
You know, so many of us have that dream of having a place to call our own, a space that's really and truly yours. But let's be honest, the journey from daydreaming about paint colors to actually holding the keys can feel, super overwhelming.
If you feel like you're just stuck in a renting cycle, or you're just not even sure where to start, trust me, you are in very good company. It's a huge process with a ton of moving parts. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be this big, scary mystery. We are going to untangle this whole thing and basically hand you a map for the road ahead. The goal? To turn all that uncertainty into real, actual confidence. Okay, let's dive right in with the most important first step. Figuring out if you're financially ready. I mean, this is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. First up, lenders want to see stability. A steady income, especially over the last couple of years, is basically proof that you can handle a long-term commitment like a mortgage. It just shows you're reliable. Next is the down payment. Now, this is a huge factor in what you can afford, no doubt. But here's something you might not know. You probably need less than you think. Some loans require as little as 3.5% down. And of course, the big one, your credit score. This little number is absolutely critical. A high score doesn't just get your foot in the door, it unlocks lower interest rates that can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of a loan. It's a huge deal.
And finally, it's really important to pause and weigh if buying is truly the right choice for you right now. I mean, sure, buying builds wealth and gives you stability, but renting, that offers incredible flexibility and zero worries about a leaky roof. Only you can decide which of these pros matters more for your life today.
So, now that you've done that personal check-in, let's get into how lenders actually see you. We're going to decode some of the key financial terms that really determine how much house you can afford. All right, get ready to hear this acronym a lot. PITI. It stands for Principal, Interest, Taxes, and Insurance. Basically, it's your all-in total monthly housing cost. This is the number lenders are laser focused on. So how do lenders use PITI? Well, they calculate two key ratios. Just look at this example here. The front-end ratio is just your potential housing cost, your PITI, divided by your income. Here, it's 28%. But they also look at the back-end ratio. That includes your housing cost plus all your other debts, car payments, credit cards, the works. Lenders generally want that total back-end number to be around 36% or less. These two percentages are kind of the guardrails that determine your borrowing power. Okay, once you get your head around the money stuff, the actual home buying process starts to look a lot less like a confusing maze and more like a clear, manageable path. And here it is, the roadmap. Think of it in a few phases. First, you get your financial house in order and get pre-qualified. That's steps 1 to 3. That way you know exactly what you can afford. Then comes the fun part. You find an agent, you start house hunting, and you make that big offer. And once it's accepted, you're in the home stretch. Inspections, finalizing the loan, and closing day. See? Each step just builds on the one before it.
Now, as you go through this whole process, there is something absolutely critical you need to know. You have rights. The Fair Housing Act is there to make sure everyone gets an equal shot at finding a home, and you need to know what that means for you.
And discrimination doesn't always look like a giant no. A lot of times, it's way more subtle. It could be someone telling you a home just went off the market when it didn't, or offering you different loan terms than someone else, and it is all completely illegal. One of the most common and sometimes hardest to spot forms of discrimination is something called steering. This is when an agent tries to influence where you look for a home based on things like your race or family status, instead of what you've told them you're actually looking for.
Think of it like this. The entire market of homes that fit your budget should be open to you, right? Steering is like an agent illegally putting up a funnel, trying to limit your choices by pushing you toward or pulling you away from certain neighborhoods based on their own biases.
So what's your best defense here? Knowledge. Simple as that. Knowing the signs of discrimination and knowing who to call if you even suspect you've been treated unfairly is your greatest power. Your access to housing should always be equal and open.
And really, that brings us to the core idea of this whole explainer, and it's summed up perfectly here. From understanding your money to knowing your rights, it's knowledge that gives you power and opens up new possibilities.
So, with this framework, the dream of owning a home is hopefully no longer just some vague idea, but a real, achievable goal with a clear path forward. The only question left is, what's the first step you're going to take?